Good morning, and how is everybody doing? I am trying to get, there we go. Um, I'm still learning this new software, it's fantastic. So, how was your weekend? Did you stick to your rules, your guidelines, or did you cave? Did you crave and cave, or did you stick to it? Regardless, it doesn't matter. It's now in the past. And what we want to do is we want to move forward. Brand new day, Monday, brand new week. And contrary to what people believe, and certainly I used to believe before a lot of Michael Mosley's science around, the more you try, the more likely you are to succeed. And that in actual fact, if people lose a lot of weight quickly, that they used to say crash diets don't work, which is actually bollocks. If you lose a lot of weight quickly, you're much, much more likely to stick to the plan. So I wanted to jump on and just do a bit of clearing around the weekend. Good morning. As I say, I can't see anybody's names on this. Sometimes I can. I'm not sure what the difference is. But if you've got any specific issues, just pop them into a box and I will I ate cheese last night like a big fat moose. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is the reality, right? So I thought, I don't know if you watched my live with Hillary yesterday morning, and she was talking about the shame. And I hadn't really thought about that. Why? If you tell somebody you're a sugar addict because you can clearly see that they're craving and eating a lot of sugar, why would you be upset about that? It's like you shouldn't be doing it. We need to get away from all that and just be honest. We all do things we shouldn't do. We all eat things we shouldn't eat. It's not. This is not about judging each other. And I'm so much better than you. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't eat sugar. It's like, get so what? Who cares? We're all exactly the same. You might not be doing one thing, but guaranteed you'll be doing another. So where we're going with this is Michael Mosley's phenomenal work. If you have a great result, lose a lot of weight quickly or get a lot of energy quickly, you're much, much more likely to stick at it, obviously. And therefore, if you did cheat, so what? Yeah, you're going to be like that, right? Okay. So now there's an issue there. What is it around cheese? What is it around chocolate? What is it around bread? What is it around wine? So all you're doing is learning more about yourself and the habits that are in this subconscious mind, because that's where a lot of the problems lie. Top two reasons we don't look after ourselves is that one, we are too tired, right? The energy, the apathy, and it's not really probably strictly too. It's just like we're full to the brim of stuff and we're trying to fit stuff in. Um, in my defence, my son brought it in the yeah, there's always a reason, isn't there? Number two, too tired and don't have enough time, which is also usually not strictly true, but it certainly can feel like it. So it doesn't really matter. This is why I'm saying it doesn't matter if you eat cheese, it doesn't matter if you eat a cake, just eat it in your window. So we're not saying don't do this. The main thing is giving the digestive system that time at night and in the morning when you're waking up, an hour in the morning and 3 hours at night if you can. Take it to 2 hours at night if it's really such a big struggle for you, because it really depends where you're coming from. And it also depends what you're going through right now. And if you're going through a really hard time right now, and this is not a time, this is a hibernation time. And that's why we're keeping it as simple as possible. Absolutely, I find it easy to fast just now for whatever reason, probably because everything is a bit lethargic and slow. If you don't find it easy, just extend your window for success and make sure that if you're going to eat that thing that's in your fridge or whatever, still been there from New Year, just eat it within your window and don't beat yourself up. A lot of this is about taking the stress. Our mind, it creates a lot of stress in the body. And if we say, I should do this, I should, we just create more stress, more of the stress hormones that we don't want. The vagus nerve comes into the digestive system. And it really doesn't matter then how much great food you're putting in. If you're always tormenting the body with all the things that you should and shouldn't have done and comparing yourself to others, forget what everybody else is doing. This is about you. Focus on you. Use other people to help you. So let's just tap. I'm just on for a quick tap this morning to let go of the weekend. Even although it went amazingly or not so amazingly at the weekend, I'm learning every single day. I'm learning a little bit more about where I'm at and where I want to go. And even although I beat myself up, "Oh, you've got no willpower. Why did you do this? Why?" Wishing it was different, wishing the body was different, taking things personally. I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. And even although my son brought in a Chinese, or somebody brought in cheese, or there was some other justification for breaking the guidelines, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Even although I cheated, or even although I didn't cheat, I was so good. Even although I'm an angel and I do everything perfectly or imperfectly, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Keep breathing. That is now all in the past. And today is a brand new day. I am now open to letting go of eating late at night. I understand that my body appreciates that time, that space to digest my food and then go through that very important restore, revitalise, and repair process. And when I allow my body that amount of time and energy every day for weeks and weeks and months, the body will do what it is innately designed to do. It will heal, restore, and repair. I am open to greater levels of energy, a massive reduction in pain, anxiety, or any feelings I don't really enjoy. I'm waking up to the innate power I have. And I'm also waking up to the realization it's up to me. There ain't no knight in shining armour coming to fix this body. This is where my power lies. This is where my responsibility lies. And that's not always going to be simple. But I am going to woman and man up and look at myself transparently, without denial, without BS, without the wee stupid excuses and justifications. Oh, poor wee me had to do this. No, I'm going to absolutely own my choices and my decisions. It's not really that funny to destroy your body. I'm also realizing if I don't look after this body, somebody else may have to. And I am waking up to this responsibility. And I am embracing the commitment. I have this phenomenal power and potential. And as I break free from the old habits and the limiting perceptions and beliefs, I'm excited about this journey where I take control and make great choices. And I hang out with others doing the same. I'm tribing up with people that I admire and want to be like. People who are full of energy and curiosity and love and peace. Keep breathing. I allow myself to turn my relationships around and to let go of any levels of toxicity on the physical, emotional, and spiritual level. I'm releasing all suffering. And I'm recognizing what is my responsibility. Keep breathing. Come on, keep going. You can do it. Oh, even if I don't really want to change and it scares me, I allow myself to look straight in the eye of potential and possibility. Where do I want to go? What do I want for my children's health, my grandchildren's health, whoever's health in my family? What would it take for me to move from the lower states, the lower frequencies of apathy and grief and fear and anxiety and depression, worthlessness, etc.? What would it take for me to gently raise my vibration? What would it take for me to enjoy this journey of change? To get comfortable with the uncomfortable and to go where no man or few men or women have gone before? What would it take for me to find my courage? How does it get better than this? How does it get easier than this? How can I commune with my body and mind in peace? As above, so below. I am now open to allowing these higher states of consciousness to flow. Come on, keep breathing, keep tapping, keep moving. You can do this. Feel anything that's coming up. What would it take for me to let go of all self-judgment and criticising myself and others and contracting myself as well and taking myself down a path of dis-ease rather than ease? What would it take for me to recognise my choices, to be aware of my words, my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviours, my bullshit? Come on, acknowledge it. Bring the light. You know the mantra, in with the light, out with the shite. All the white shite. What would it take for me to lessen my cravings around whatever it is? Sugar, wine, bread, shopping, gambling, sex. Let it all go. Just allow the mind to release. It's like you unhook from all the BS that you've been telling yourself, that others have told you, and that maybe you've inherited, and maybe you chose to experience. It really doesn't matter where it all came from. We're looking forward now to how it can be, to possibility and potential. Keep breathing. Allow myself to expand. I allow myself to be completely transparent and honest with myself and with my significant others. It's all about communication, how I communicate with myself, how I communicate with the apparent others, and what I put out into the field, the quantum field. What am I vibrating today? Unconditional love or fear and anxiety. What is it that's coming from this energy system? I allow myself to feel the courage to let go of the past, the pain, the suffering, the hurts, the betrayals, the abandonments, the grief. It's safe for me to let go. It's safe for me to release the pain of the past, the contraction of the cells, living in fear and anxiety, all of that. It was all stories. It was never really me. But I fell for it, and that's okay. Now I'm wakening up to the fact that I am a powerful, fully full of possibilities and potential energy being. Keep tapping. And I'm letting go of all the BS, all the justification, all the nonsense stories that hold me in place. And I allow myself to vibrate and attract in the right people that can help me in this journey. And I allow myself to release the unhelpful, toxic relationships that hold me in place, a place that I no longer want to stay. I'm open to feeling light and powerful. I'm open to feeling full of potential, to be curious and excited about my day. And if part of that means letting go of old habits, limiting beliefs, I'm also open to that potential. Keep breathing. I allow myself to fully immerse in this experience of intermittent fasting, to reconnect to nature, and to listen to what the body needs. A bit of space from the junk food. And if I want to eat the junk food, not quite ready to let that go, I eat it within the window so that I can allow the body that few hours at night to give it peace. And I allow myself to resonate with the things that are going to help me be a healthier, more vibrant version of myself, so that I can be all I can be for my children, my parents, whoever, for myself, in the workplace, to have a lot more harmony, a lot less conflict, to release all the judgments, the victim mentality, the perpetrator mentality, bring it all in and let it all go. Just for now, just for a wee second, try it. Try the feeling. Tap into that space where there are no problems. Imagine where you are free, free will, free from the chains of the past. Unlook, unhook, unlook, and unhook the wee fingers that are holding on to the limitation about who and what you are. Allow yourself to expand, to become more wave than particle, to be fully immersed in that field, the quantum soup, the unified field of pure potential. Scary, isn't it? Exciting, isn't it? All at the same time. I allow my cells to expand. Okay, just feel that buzz. Let's just stop there and just take your hands up. Feel your energy. How does that feel? So I'm in London, staying in a hotel, jumped in this. Yeah, black coffee, absolutely. I love my black coffee, and what have an MD make me feel guilty about it. I love it and I enjoy it, and I feel the gratitude for it as I drink it. And it helps you, again, give the body that space that it needs. So don't go fussing about black coffee. Have one, have two, one in the morning, one at night. And it allows you to just give the body the digestion space, the tummy jungle, that space, that potential. You know, your entire system. There's not one thing. You can focus on food, and I recommend that if you can, you do, but if you can't, don't. If it's not the time for you to focus on changing your food, just focus on that hour in the morning and that 3 hours at night if you can. If you can't do 3, do 2, do 2.5. Find something that you can do and then congratulate yourself on doing it. You don't go out and try and run a marathon today if you've never trained. You would just start bite-sized pieces. If you put a big, oh, I'm going to stop dairy, I'm going to stop wheat, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to have my one meal a day, and then you fail, it's just because you set your goals too high. It's a bit like trying to run 26 miles when you're not even really fit to run one. So just be sensible about it with your goals. I don't know if you have the Combat Journal, Gary Ferguson's amazing product. Really great idea to buy that journal and start writing things down, because you can lie to me, I don't believe pretty much anything that even I say. There's no point in lying to me, because your body holds the score. You cannot lie to the body. So when you're saying to me, "Oh, I do that. Oh, I do that. Oh, yeah, I do that. Oh, yeah, I got it." It's like, really? Do you? It's not about what you tell me. It's not about what you say. It's about what you do. It's about what you believe and what you perceive. And in that subconscious mind, I mean, half of us don't know, including myself, what is even in there? What even do we believe? And this is what EFT is about. What are you saying that's holding you back? Listen to the crap you're talking. Oh, well, I couldn't do it because, nah, sorry, not listening. Own it. Identify it. All right, okay, that's a story. Is it true? I'll tell you right now, no, it's not. Are your feelings real? I'll tell you right now, no, they're not. Yes, we've got feelings. Yes, they change. Yes, we've got thoughts. Yes, they come and go. So, what ones are you grabbing onto and making a story around? So, over this next month, we're going to be working on that over and over and over again, so that you can really start to see through your own BS. Because see, when we stop, if you don't want it, don't say it. When we stop talking about the stuff we don't want and, justifying our poor choices, now is the time for this. The whole wokeness of, oh well, no, we need to move past that. It's not poor you. Maybe it is. It's a shame some things happen. There's no doubt about that. But what are we going to do about it? And where do we go from here? Why are we sick? Through a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, the government play a huge part in this, and that's why we need to get rid of them. But a lot of it's the choices that we are making, and that's what Heal Scotland's talking about, is what can you control? Because that's all we can ever do. Is what can we control, what goes in here, what's coming through here, and what we're choosing to believe. Yes, that's true. And then it makes us feel crap, and then we blame somebody else out here. So understanding all of that, really, really critical to your happiness and your health. Now, you can put all the great food in. You can have the most organic, you can be living in a biodynamic farm, but if you cannot control your emotions and your emotional responses and your stories and your complaining, blaming, and shaming, it doesn't matter, because you're flooding the body with the stress hormones, you're in fight or flight, you've dropped your own IQ. All of that is critically important to your long term health. So if you stay and live in the blame and complain ages where you want everybody to change and be a certain way so that you can be happy, well, good luck with that. But you're on the wrong live, I can tell you, because you're not going to get that here. You're going to get the honesty, and you're going to get the most powerful techniques to help you break free from that spell that other people control your happiness. Now, I'm not saying don't get assholes out your life. I absolutely am saying that. What I'm saying is there's certain situations you're in, children, grandchildren, parents, and a lot of people looking after their parents. And that's not easy. I've done it. I know how difficult it is. But how do we work out how to survive within that? What can we control and what we cannot control? So the stuff we can't control, we release, right? And when we start feeling that peace inside and the cells are hanging out in tensegrity, and everything we can do what we need to do, whatever that is, and it may be a lot of work. We can do it with a different level of grace that doesn't destroy the body. So do not make the mistake that I'm saying things that are all right when they're not. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we can either do the things that we're going to do today with grudgement and resentment, or we can go, right, okay, I've got a lot to do today, but I'm going to just be grateful that actually I'm well enough to do it. It's a choice. Do you do it with humility and grace? Try and find your sense of humour to get yourself through it. Or do you do it in that place of rage and resentment? And this is it. What are you choosing? Rage, resentment, humility and grace, goodness, peace, like a little saint. So I'm making a joke of this because I absolutely know it's not easy. But listen, it's the only thing we can do right now. One thing that you can do for your health today is choose to see it from a much lighter place. And when you tap, you will come up that emotional scale. Hillary's going to be talking more about this as well in terms of addictions and letting go of behaviours and sugar addiction or whatever it is. I don't even like that word addiction, but it's one that we use. It's just that habit that's difficult to release. But is it? Is that another story? So we need to be very careful what we're saying. So instead of saying I have no willpower, for example, I am knackered, or it's a nightmare. Instead of that chat, I am starving. I can't do this. You just go, well, what can I do to make this easy? How does it get better than this? And then tap on that. Even although I'm falling back into victim mentality, even although I'm believing I'm powerless, even although, tap it all away. All you actually have to do is remember that you are powerful. You might not feel it. I've certainly not been feeling very powerful lately, but you are. That doesn't just because you believed you weren't for a minute doesn't mean to say you aren't. So seeing your beliefs, your thoughts, and your feelings, they're fleeting. And the only reason they linger is because you contract and hold on to them. You are powerful. That might even irritate you, me saying that, because you're feeling so powerless and I don't understand what you're going through. And I understand that. Some people are really, really struggling right now. And, trust me, I've been a mum the last few weeks, helping my daughter run her house again. I'd forgotten how full on that is. It's been very, very good lesson for me. I know young mums out there, young mums, keep saying young, but if you're childbearing age, you're young in my view. It's not easy, and that's why I'm please, please just focus on that one window. Don't give yourself any more stress. And see, after a few days, after 2 or 3 days, I started feeling more alert and awake. Once you start to feel more alert and awake, if you then choose, you can add in more. But just start with that one thing and tap, tap, tap. It's free and it's fast, and that's how we like it. Anyway, we've got an awesome day set up for you. Janice Klein from Nourish by Nature is going to be here with a carrot kraut demo, a simple way for you to feed the good gut biome. So get your carrots and some salt in a jar, and she'll demonstrate how to make it really quickly, and it's so cheap to make as well. And we like that too. Then at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be back with you talking about the macros and the micros and the percentages of your fats and your carbohydrates and your proteins and how that can impact your weight loss, your energy, your hormones. And if you don't understand that, you might be like flailing around, really not getting any results simply because you're 1% off your percentages. So I'm going to be bringing you really clear information on that. And then at 6 o'clock tonight, got the incredible Dr. Deborah Drake coming on live at 6 o'clock. Please tune in live for that. And pop all your health questions. She's the absolute queen of understanding the bioterrain with the funguses, the yeast, candida, parasites, worms, flukes, prions, you name these fancy dancy words. What is infesting our digestive system that can be causing us to malfunction? Absolutely incredible woman. That's who I've been studying with. So you have to educate yourself. That's why we're bringing you these things in bite-sized pieces. There's so much to understand about this phenomenal ecosystem and energy system. But once you really understand that process at night, what's happening, my food's getting digested, and then the body's starting to heal itself, it's just a whole new perception of that phenomenal time of the night when the magic happens. And if you're not sleeping well, we'll do a whole thing in sleep as well, how you can really prepare to have a much more deep, healing, restorative sleep. And again, your hormones play a big part of that. We're bringing you all this. Please listen. Please, please share. That's the biggest favour you can do me for sharing, giving my time to you guys. The biggest favour you can do is to share it. Hi, Marion. Great to see you. I'll catch up with you soon. So share with like-minded people, with people that you think are ready, because not everybody has the time. So you can take what you and tell your friends, look, there may be a way. Why don't you try this? Why don't eat at this time of night? That one thing. Feel the difference. You don't need tests because you know how you feel. And when you know how you're feeling great, there's no test in the world that can override that. You know how you're feeling. We are emotional beings, and I'm going to help you with the EFT. Ride these emotional waves until you fully understand that your emotional state is a choice. And I'm not saying when it comes to things like grief and loss, etc., you have to just sometimes be in that state. And even then, there'll be deeper states, there'll be things that will trigger it, etc. But in general, for most of us, just day to day, not dealing with massive grief or loss at the moment, we can completely control what we're thinking, saying, feeling, doing, being, and saying. So that's the good news. And the bad news is you, not MD else, no doctor, no specialist, no expert, have to practice it. Anyway, I will see you I'll see you at 11 with Janice for the Carrot Crowd demo. Huge love. Ciao.